Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. I'm sure if you have been growing succulents, especially outdoors, you might have seen a situation like this wherein the tips of the leaves tend to turn brown. Now a lot of people are very scared and they think that either this is a fungal infection or some kind of rot, or probably it is rust on succulents, and a lot of people start treating it with antifungal chemicals or some sort of solutions that they can get hold of. Now remember guys, this is nothing but leaf burn, or I would say sunburn. Now this can usually happen, as we have already spoken about this earlier, if you have not acclimated your succulent, and if you have put your succulent out in direct sunlight without acclimating it, then the succulent leaves will get burnt. But you can see this is a slightly different type of burn, because ideally if a succulent is not acclimated, the burns will be seen on the center of the leaves compared to on the edges, or rather you wouldn't see on the edges much, but you would see on the center of the leaves will get burnt. Now that's going to happen when your succulent has not been acclimated to direct sunlight, so the burns are going to be on the center of the leaf. Now this is because the succulent got wet in the rain. Now currently this is my situation in my city right now. It rains for a couple of minutes and then there is really strong sunlight. So even the morning direct sunlight, which is supposed to be very mild, and if the water is still there on the leaves and if the direct sunlight tends to fall, as you'll all know, I get a good amount of 5 to 6 hours of direct morning sunlight. Now probably in the night this succulent got wet and then the sunlight was hitting on them, so the water tends to get collected on the edges of the leaves and then the sun tends to hit on them, and that's how they tend to get burnt. But again, I'm not very worried about this because this is not going to harm the succulent. But yes, if I'm going to keep them in the same position, then obviously the succulent will completely get burnt. So now I have moved this succulent, but I'm not going to pull out those leaves. I'm going to let them be as it is. They will stay on the succulent. The succulent will continue to grow, and as and when the succulent starts to grow, these leaves will get old and fall off. The only issue is that the succulent does not look very appealing, but that's absolutely fine. What's more important is the succulent is still alive. So these are few of the scars that are going to be present, especially when there has been some water vapor, moisture or water droplets on the leaves. Now this was a typical rainfall thing. Again, today it's going to rain again, and after a couple of minutes there's going to be strong sunlight. So this is what happens usually in my city during the summer rains. So you have to be extremely careful. Like for example, over here I have my Echeveria. Now you can see this small little drop that you're seeing over here, which looks very harmless, but this small little drop can spoil the entire look of your succulent. If you're going to leave it as it is, what's going to happen is when the sunlight is going to fall onto this droplet of water, this droplet of water is going to act like a magnifying glass, and the sun rays will penetrate through that droplet of water, and the droplet of water, which is going to work as a magnifying glass, is going to accelerate the burning of your leaf, and probably this spot will have a brown spot if it is not removed. So you have to be extremely careful. At times you might accidentally drop this small little drop of water which looks very harmless, but trust me, this one little drop will spoil the entire look of your succulent. So it's very important that you just blow off that water as soon as you can. So all you need a succulent blower, and then just blow off that water. Whatever water is present on the leaves, you have to blow it off. This thing comes really handy, especially during the monsoon season. You do not want to leave any water on the succulents. Now one is that it is going to burn your succulent leaves. Apart from that, there is a high chance that if the water stays on the crown area, it can even lead to crown rot. So you have to be extremely careful. Do not underestimate that small little drop of water. It can definitely damage the overall look of your succulent. It will not harm the succulent completely, that one little small drop, but it will definitely leave a scar on your succulent leaves. So be very careful, especially on the crown area. I keep repeating it every now and then. Now it's not that the water that is present on the crown area will rot your succulent immediately, but there is a chance it might. So we do not want to give even a 1% chance for a succulent to rot. So you have to be extremely careful when you're dealing with succulents. Any kind of water on the leaves, try to get rid of them as soon as possible. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep propagating.